What's up guys, and welcome back to another video on this channel. It's time again for another marquee matchup video. We already did the international edition on Monday. Now it's time to look at the weekend edition, basically featuring all the domestic matchups. We have 4 interesting matchups to complete again. 3 gold packs are rewarded, 1 silver pack, and then the overall reward, which will be the main event of today's pack opening, another team of the week pack. So last week we packed Alvaro Morata, so this week we have another chance to pull another great player. There is a different team, however. The team of the week has changed. It is good again, so we have a good chance to pull a good player again. Let's go through the individual matchups and then open all the packs. So the 4 matchups that we have are Aston Villa versus Birmingham, which will likely be the first one we'll complete. Benfica versus Sporting from Liga NOS. We have PSV versus Ajax, and then we also have Real Madrid versus Barcelona, the big one from La Liga Santander. Let's start with the Aston Villa versus Birmingham one. It's the easiest from the 4 matchups that we have to complete. You need 2 players from the combined team, so 1 player from Aston Villa, 1 from Birmingham, or 2 from either team. You need to have at least 6 players in here. There's no real league requirement, but because the EFL Championship was featured as a League SBC already, I don't need these players anymore. I decided to go for a full EFL Championship team, and we get a premium silver players pack for that team. Next up, let's look at the Liga NOS matchup. It's, as I said before, Benfica versus Sporting, and you need 1 player from either team. So 1 player from Benfica, which is my midfielder, and 1 player from Sporting, which is Brian Ruiz, as my left mid in my 4-4-2 lineup. You need 5 different nationalities, but what I did is I basically have my left side featuring players from Liga NOS. So the 2 midfielders, the 2 defenders, and the 1 striker are Liga NOS players. And then on the right side, I decided for a Calcio A squad. So this striker, these 2 midfielders, and these 2 defenders, as well as the goalkeeper, come from the Calcio A. Both leagues have a bunch of nationalities, so the nationality requirement is not an issue. 2 red players is what you need, also not an issue with those 2 leagues, and 79 chemistry is the overall requirement. Let's hand this in for a jumbo premium gold pack and move on to the Eredivisie matchup between PSV and Ajax Amsterdam. In this case, you need 3 players from the combined team. So my goalkeeper is from Eindhoven, and my two of my 3 center attacking mids are from Ajax. So this guy, as well as the Danish player up here. Again, no real league requirement here. You need to have maximum 8 players from the same nation. And since the Eredivisie is quite a diverse league in terms of nationalities, I decided to go full Eredivisie. So as you can see, a bunch of Dutch players in here, a bunch of other nationalities in here as well. Not really difficult to complete this squad if you have a bunch of Eredivisie players. Obviously, 76 is the rating requirement, which we hit perfectly. So let's hand this in this case, for a premium Electrum players pack. And then the final one, which will basically bring us to the team of the week player, is the Real Madrid versus Barcelona derby from Liga Santander. In this case, you need 2 players from Real Madrid, which is Vasquez on my right wing position, as well as the center back. 2 players from Barcelona, which is Silesen in goal, as well as this silver midfielder. So you don't really need the high-rated players from those 2 teams, as long as, and this is the next requirement, the other La Liga players have a good enough rating, because you need a full La Liga team, and the overall team rating must be 81 or higher. So as you can see, I use Koke as my highest rated player, 84 rated. I also have 82 rated players, 81 rated players. If you combine them in such a way like I did, it's not really difficult to get an 81 rating without discarding any of the good Barcelona or Real Madrid players. Let's hand this in as well, and we get the jumbo premium gold pack for this one. Again, I think we had another one earlier, and obviously by doing this, we complete the overall challenge, and we get the team of the week pack, which obviously contains 1 team of the week player. Last week it was actually tradable, so I assume it is tradable this week as well. So let's move over to the store, or actually before we do, let's quickly check out this week's team of the week. Plus, we also have the team of the knockout stage, which you can see right here, was released yesterday, I think. Features all the best players from the Champions League as well as the Europa League knockout stage. There's tremendous players in here that we obviously can also pull. Obviously the best one, that record breaker, Cristiano Ronaldo, 89 rated player. Dybala is in there. There's Thiago in there. There's Casemiro in there. There's a bunch of good players. Ibrahimovic obviously as well. So it wouldn't be too bad to pull any of those players. Plus, obviously, the team of the week, which has Kevin De Bruyne, I think, and Isco as the two best players. So let's see what we get in the final pack. Before we get there, let's start with the 4 other packs. Let's go with the Premium Silver Players pack first. See what we get in here. Nothing really that creates a big flair, so let's skip that pack right away. Let's see what we get. Norwich player, probably the player that is best in here for future use. Let's quickly check the leagues. Nothing really that is of interest to us, so let's send all of this to the club, and let's send all these boys to the transfer list and move on to the next pack. We have 2 Jumbo Premium Gold packs and 1 Premium Electrum Players pack, so let's go with the Premium Electrum Players pack next. Let's see what we're getting here, and then we go on to the 15k packs, where we have 2 soup packs. Larsson from the Eredivisie, nothing really exciting in here, given that he was 77 rated. We have 180 rated player in here from the Eredivisie, from Ajax actually. So he is basically useful to add to the team because we just discarded 2 Ajax midfielders. Good to have one back for future use. Now the 250k, 15k packs, and then the main event, the team of the week player pack, guys. Let's start with the first one. Harry Kane is on the pack. Let's see what we get in it. No big player. 3 rare flares as expected. We get a player from Fiorentina, Sportiello. He's actually 82 rated, which is not too bad, especially in this week. And another 81 rated player, Candreva, because the team of the knockout stages also have their own SBCs. I will do a video about this later on, so check my channel if you're interested. But for this one, we need 82 and 81 rated players as well, particularly the 82 rated players here. Let's quickly check the duplicates. We get 2,000 coins as well, which isn't too bad. Let's send all of this to the club. Let's redeem the coins as well, and then send the 2 duplicate players to the team. I didn't have to spend anything on players. I had all of the players that I've used in the 4 SBCs that were just submitted in my club, so it wasn't too expensive, even though there's quite a discussion going on Reddit, how to calculate basically the price you pay for SBCs, because basically you discard players from your club as well, so you lose money in a sense that you might as well have spent on the transfer market to buy these players in the first place. Anyway, I think it's better to use players that you already have in your club than buying them, because obviously if soon as they are required, the price rises, and you might have to spend more that you would have to spend if you had bought them earlier. Last premium players, last 15k pack, no rare player in here. I think there was one flare though, so let's see what the duplicates contain. Yes, there's one player, Atsu from Newcastle. Let's send those 2 to the club. Let's send all the others, that kit will also sell, to the club, and then move on to the final pack, the team of the week pack. So there's one player in there. There's a bunch of good players in there. There's a couple of low rated players in there as well. I think there's one 81 rated player from the Calcio A in there. Hopefully we get a good one, guys. Let's open the pack. Team of the week player pack, Marquee Matchups, overall reward. It's a flare. It's not a walkout though. We get a Dutch strike from Spartak Moscow. We get Prom, 86 rated. The rating is not too bad, but obviously the player, he's Dutch, so that might give a couple of good links, but he's from the Russian league, so I'm not using any Russian players as of right now. But as terms of the rating, he's not too bad. Let's see how much he goes for. Pretty fast player. 400 is the upper by now. Pretty interesting to see what he sells for. I don't think he goes for that much. Oh yeah, he goes for 40k. Not too bad. I think last week's Morata was the better pull. Not too happy about this one. There could have been a couple of players that are definitely worse. So I guess overall, given that we didn't have to spend any coins on these SBCs, we also basically got this player for free. So we storm to the club, and this is it basically for this pack opening. We get a bunch of players that we can use in future SBCs, and the player that comes from the Team of the Week pack is Prom from the Russian league, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you got from your Team of the Week pack. Hopefully some of you got the good players like Di Maria is in there, Kevin De Bruyne is in there, Isco is in there. There's a bunch of amazing players in there as well. Let me know what you got in the comments, and I will see you in the next video, guys.